What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today I am going to be breaking down all the trades that we took this week. The Signals group went 3-0. It could have been 4-0, but I'm explaining later why it wasn't 4-0. But still, 3-0, super solid week, great week. We take it every day. So I'm going to be breaking down all these trades so I can help you guys out with understanding the market and these kind of setups that have been hitting lately. All right, so as always, if you want to take these trades with me every single day and also have access to educational videos about my strategy, the way that I trade, psychology videos to help you guys out to become profitable, to become a funded trader, to get those payouts, make sure that you guys join the Discord. The link will be in the description. And if you want free stuff and you don't want to pay for nothing, you're one of those guys or girls, then you also have a free Telegram that I send a pre-market analysis every single day from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. East time, so that can help you guys out with the direction for the day and to get setups. Literally all these setups that I'm going to be explaining in this video were explained pre-market on those videos that I sent for free on the Telegram. So at least if you don't want to join the Discord and be trading directly with me, then at least get that information because you don't have to pay anything and that will help you out a lot. All right, so with that being said, let's get started with the video. All right, so Monday we took this setup on SPX. It was a supply setup kind of late in the day. That's the reason why I got out at break even. It ended up being a winner. People in the Discord was holding the trade, so people in the Discord made money. But for me, as I always say it, my decision doesn't have to be yours. I'm still sending the setup and it is going to count as a loss if it hits stop loss or as a win if it hits TP. Alright, so because I'm getting out at break even doesn't mean you gotta get out at break even. It ended up winning. That's part of trading. Doesn't matter, we come back the next day. But yeah, it was a winner on Monday. SPX breaking lows right here and also breaking these main lows that created a higher high in the price. Alright, so once we broke this low right here with that wick, it came back to this supply. Break of candle was inside the supply and then stop loss goes above the highest point. So the break of candle was right here. That's the entry right there. It consolidated. It was late. You guys can see my session right here. This is the end of my session, so that's why I got out when it started consolidating. I wanted to see a nice push to the downside and it didn't happen. It started consolidating right there, and how it was late on the day, already past my session, I ended up closing. But either way, it ended up being a winner. Got out break even, doesn't matter. But it was a 1 to 1.7 trade. So great thing on Monday to start the Signals group and the week in general, because it was a winning trade. Even though it was a break even, it's better than losing money. All right. So Tuesday, this is the best day of the week by a lot. All right, by a lot. The best day of the week. If anyone left a runner on this trade, it could have been a 1 to 14. This is how crazy this trade was. Of course, this was also with some news involved. Some days it's going to run like this without news. Some days it's going to be news. This day was news, all right. But the trade that we took was before news, way before news. So news was at 8:30, which is this big candle right here. That big wick right there that you guys see, that was the news. And by that time, my trade was already on TP. So this was the trade that we took. SPX, we have these highs over here, we have another high over here, so you guys can kind of see like the higher lows, higher highs being formed, and then SPX pushed to the upside over here, bam, creating a new higher high right here. Next candle went all the way back down, it tapped the demand, and look how good of a reaction this was. This is showing you that there is a lot of buying pressure, a lot of people or institutions pushing the price to the upside, to have this kind of wick and this kind of candle. And then we ended up getting in right here, and then the rest was history. This was on the Signals group. I didn't have time to get in at this entry, and this was a video of me live trading that I uploaded a few days ago. You guys can go watch it in the channel as well. What I did was I waited for a retracement to this new demand, which that's also a demand. The retracement happened on this candle. This candle came back and tapped that demand, and I waited for the next break of the candle right here. So at the time of this setup, of the first setup that I was sending, this one, which was the one that I sent to the Discord and the people took in the Discord, I was still making sure that everything was right on the pictures and everything that I sent, and I didn't have time. This literally broke candle and it started pushing back up. Sometimes, or most of the time, they push up, and then sometimes they come back a break even. I have a chance to get in again, and then I get on the trade and everything's good. But this time I didn't have time to get in. I didn't have a chance to get in on the trade on the one that I actually liked. What I did was wait for this one to tap. It tapped right here, and then I got in at the break of the candle, literally like in this area. And then I aim for my 1-to-1. You guys can watch it on the video. But literally, this was a call for 1 to 14. Nothing special, guys. Nothing special. Break of structure, high probability demand with a gap, tap, big rejection, showing buying pressure. You take the setup, it goes your way. And there you go. This was the biggest day of the week on the signals. And yeah, the best day so by a lot, by a lot. Not even can compare with any other day. All right. So Wednesday we didn't trade. Now on Thursday, I took this setup. This was also explained on the free pre-market analysis that I sent. So you guys can see Russell. Overall, we have been looking bearish on Russell. So coming down in general, you guys can see we're in a downtrend. And Russell started creating some higher lows and higher highs. So you guys can see right here, like low, high, low, high, low, high, then low, then it went up, but it failed to create a higher high, and then it came all the way back down here, breaking this low, breaking this low, and breaking this low. So it broke 3 lows on a push to the downside. So you guys can see how we flipped from, or we switched from higher lows and higher highs to a push to the downside right here. I'm talking about this push right here, not this right here. Forget about that. This push right here. So this price right there, when it reached that wick, that red doji that you guys can see in the middle, that was breaking this low, breaking this low, and breaking this low as well. All right. It left a high probability supply right here. You guys can see right there, the gap was little, but it was still there. So the gap is from the top of the doji right here to the bottom of that green candle, which is the supply candle. That was a gap right there. It came back with this next green candle, tapped the zone. It rejected very well, showing us that sellers are stepping into the market at this price. Next candle push all the way back up, another rejection, this time not that good like the first one, but then the next candle opened and started pushing down with a lot of pressure. So we got in at the break of the candle, literally right there. This was a setup right there. That's a break of the candle. Stop loss goes above that green candle, and then 1-to-1 was literally hit in like 5 minutes. Literally, we got in, and then like in the next 5 minutes the TP was hit. If you held this trade, then it would have been more than 1-to-2. And even if you wanted to scale in, you could have also taken this other setup right here, which was another supply. All right, this time with more break of structure, because this movement to the downside on this week broke below the main lows, which were this one. It broke below the main lows, came all the way back up, rejected once again, no candle closing inside, big rejection showing selling pressure. The new entry could have been right there for people that missed the first one, or people that were holding the first one and wanted to scale in with another position. That could have been the second chance to get in right here, and then TP would have been hit as well. So great day on Thursday on Russell for sales, super good. So that was the 3-0 for the week, and then I'm gonna show you guys what could have been a 4-0 for the week, which we didn't end up taking it. I didn't send it because how I announced that I was going to be trading supply and demand on that 50K challenge, I didn't want to take a liquidity graph, but literally I was going to take this setup right here. So you guys can see this low on SPX. It came all the way back down here. It swept the low, so it wicked below the low. You guys can see clearly right there, that's a wick below this low. And then it rejected, showing buying pressure at this point. So I was going to get my entry right there. TP was like over here, and it would have been clearly a 1-to-1 right there. Let me put the long position so you guys can see that it literally hit a 1-to-1 and a little bit more. So right there at 1-to-1.5. All right, with that wick. So it could have been easy TP hit, but I didn't want to, take a liquidity graph and then on a supply and demand challenge that I'm doing to get funded, I'm breaking down a liquidity graph trade. So that's why I didn't do it. But yeah, the setup was there, and this could have been 4-0. Either way, 3-0 is still great, still solid. But this was another trade idea that could have happened on Friday. Overall, as you guys can see on the EMAs, we were sitting well above the 200 EMAs. So that's why buys were still kind of good, even though it was changing structure right here, breaking this low and this low, and also this is also called a break of structure. Even though that happened, we were still sitting above the 200, so you can still kind of have a chance with buys. Especially you gotta pay attention to the pressure, like the candles. What are the candles doing? How are they forming? This candle right here with this huge wick, all right, it's showing you that there is a lot of buying pressure at this level. So probably buyers can push the price a little bit up, so you can hit your 1-to-1. And also you guys can see that with this drop, we never had a pullback. Like right here, this is not a pullback. That's not a clear pullback right there. This is a clear pullback, right? This is a clear pullback, right? So this right there was not a pullback. So we were also expecting a pullback in the trend with a liquidity graph, so you could have hit that 1-to-1 in that pullback right there for the bigger picture. All right, so yeah, it was a great trade, but didn't send it, couldn't take it. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. As always, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, man, if you enjoy the content and you want me to keep doing this. Don't forget to join the Discord if you want to take all these trades daily with me and also have access to educational videos, or join the free Telegram to have that pre-market analysis every single day for the directions of the day to help you guys out. But yeah, that's it for today. Leave a comment on what you think about the video, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.